Is my makeup on? How's my foundation? How about my highlights? Hey! Welcome back to our page, The Sappho Way. I am Kefa. In today's video, we're going to show you guys how we did in February. So February was a month that had so many different ups and downs in terms of sales. We launched this YouTube channel. We started an Instagram channel. So we've been really busy. We started working with some suppliers, but we also had some very interesting sales this month, and a lot of them are items you can actually find from your local thrift stores, online, and so on. Now you might want to stick around until the end because the last two sales are really going to surprise you. I kid you not. So stick around until the end. You have been warned. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so the first item I'm going to share with you guys is a vintage men's G3 Carl Banks Cleveland Browns brown leather wool jacket. That is a mouthful. We actually picked up this jacket for about $45 back in November. Let's just face it. I know the Browns have been good recently. It's like the first time in 100 years. Okay, I get it. I'm being hyperbolic, but they're finally good. And so this jacket, which we did purchase at a consignment store, had a lot of value. Received several different offers. We didn't really bite, but finally we received a pretty decent offer of $147, and we accepted it. And it was in nearly perfect condition. So for the person who purchased it, awesome. We hope you'll enjoy it and enjoy the Browns as they continue their success. Hopefully that they don't get sucky again. So our next find was an interesting one. It's actually a Bose model AV38 CD DVD media system. Interestingly, we actually purchased this directly from the Goodwill auction site. If you've never been to the Goodwill auction site, great place to bid and purchase products. You'll have to compete, so if you enjoy bidding and feeling like a rush when you win the product, it's a great place to get quality products. We purchased this one in December for about $26. Didn't list it until beginning of February. And I kid you not, it sold within 5 days for $93. Bose is a great product. They have a great brand following and usually have high quality audio and video systems, and their sound quality is generally superior to others. So if you find one of their devices at a local store, a thrift store, or maybe your uncle has one and you take it with his permission, they usually sell really well. So our next pickup was a Sony Walkman. We found this actually in a local thrift store, a local Goodwill. It literally was like brand new. It had all of the pieces, the car, adapter, everything, and tested it right in the car. I actually, and don't judge me, I purchased a Michael Bolton CD so that I could actually test it in the car. But anyway, I did test it and it worked perfectly. Sound quality was incredible. We actually purchased it for $2.99. We listed it and it sold within a week for around $40. Now, might surprise you, but the CD portable Walkman or Discman systems are actually so valuable right now, especially when it's from a good brand like Sony. They do really well. There are people who collect CDs and have tons and tons of them, and so they are stuck in the Stone Age period where they would rather play their CDs instead of downloading MP3 music. So if you do find those, check them out. Of course, make sure you test them to ensure that they actually are working. Lest you sell it and then you get a return and it's frustrating. So the next thing I'm going to share with you is interesting. Now it's something that I personally cannot relate to. Oh well. So we bought this Area Beauty a hashtag hair gold. It's actually called hashtag hair gold hot styling brush. I will not be needing it anytime soon, but we got this for like around $16 from a local thrift store, and it was almost brand new in the box and everything. Listed it, took a little bit of time to sell, but finally it did, and we sold it for $70 plus about $8.55 shipping. So that was a great sale. I could never possibly relate to those who have hair because bald is beautiful. I've said it so many times, but for the person who purchased it, we're happy you did and hope you enjoy it. I think it was maybe 2-3 weeks ago we picked up a pair of Under Armour Hover or HOVR, I'm not really sure how you say it, so you can correct me, Phantom Day of the Dead shoes. They had this really crazy looking midsole pattern, and we picked them up for about $30-$35. Looked at the comps and they were just hard to find. Listed them for about $145, which was about the average they were selling for, and received many offers, many different offers, lowball offers, but someone decided to just buy it for the full asking price of $145 with shipping included. And that was one of those sales that when it happened, you're like, whoa. We don't usually pick up Under Armour as much because unfortunately the reality is that the brand has gone down quite a bit over the last few years. But with one that's as special as that, it was always a good idea to just check it out and see if it does have value. If you see something that's particularly interesting, different, it's always worth it to check it out, look at the comps and see if it indeed has some value. Yeah. Okay, so the next product I'm going to show you, the next good sale that we had this month that I'm going to show you is a pair of Frié, I'm not really sure exactly how to say it, but Frié Samantha boots. You can correct me if I said that incorrectly because I'm clueless with some of these things. But we purchased these boots back in, I think it was September or something, for $20. Brand new, leather, you know, like it's just one of those boots that make you want to stomp on something, you know, they just have that gritty look to them. They took a while to sell. And the only reason they took a while to sell is because they were really small, a size 5. But when they finally did sell, they sold for $120 with shipping included, and that was awesome because we probably made an estimated $84 in profit from that shoe. And it was just one of those shoes that when it finally went, it was like, oh, finally. Fry or Frié, whatever it is a great brand to pick up. They make high quality boots, high quality leather gear. And so if you come across them in the store, whether you're thrifting or sourcing somewhere else, always check them out. Research them because you might be surprised at just how valuable they are. And we've been fortunate to sell quite a bit of them. So they are a great brand, great following, and always worth the pickup. Okay, so the next one is particularly interesting. So we purchased this United mobile police scanner back in, I think it was in December or something. We went out of town and we found it for about $40 or $45, something like that. Now I have no idea what this thing does. It says it's a scanner, so I don't know if, you know, it's supposed to help you determine what's going on in case you want to be a vigilante or you just hear scan. I have no idea. You guys will probably tell me. It's here. But anyway, we purchased it, listed it, and it actually sold back in January. It did. But then it was returned. That sucks. It hurts. We relisted it and it sold again in, I would say, maybe about 2 weeks. For about $110 with shipping included. And so with that, once you factor in cost of goods and math, I hate quick math, we made about an estimated $50 profit for something that I have no clue what to do with. And that's the beauty of going out and sourcing. You'll find a variety of products that you might not know what they do, but somebody else does. That's the best part. Somebody else does. And as long as it's you look at it and it, you know, the comps are good and it is a valuable item, hey, pick it up. No one's going to judge you because you're clueless as to what it does. I mean, I don't know what it does. It's sold. So, yeah. I guess it probably helps you become a vigilante or something. I'm not sure. Okay, moving on. Okay, so moving on. We found this little speaker system. It's called a Boombot Waterproof Pro Bluetooth speaker system. It's like a portable speaker system and the sound quality is amazing. We found this at a local thrift store called Miracle Hill. There's several of them around here. And interestingly, there's this couple that they were looking at it, and I could tell that they were researching comps on it, and they decided to leave it. So I picked it up, listed it for around 80 because the comps showed that that's kind of like where it was selling at, and took a bit of time to sell, but eventually we sent an offer of 65 and someone purchased it immediately. So the moral of the story, one man's meat is another man's poison. They didn't take it. But that's the joy about sourcing. You'll always come across brands that you've never worked with before, but if you research the comps, you will be surprised at just how valuable they are. The next thing that sold really, really well for us was a Michael Kors Margot crossbody bag in black. We actually purchased this directly from the Goodwill auction site for about $25 after bidding. Oh, that just never gets old. It's always a rush and a thrill. We listed it on eBay, Mercari, and it sold within 72 hours because it was in pristine, near new condition. And it sold for $75. So that was a great, great sale. And of course, Michael Kors is a great brand that has a strong following. And especially when it's in a universal or a neutral color like black, which goes well with everything and looks great anywhere. Something I can relate to. I kid. Anyway, it did really, really well. And so when you're out and about shopping or sourcing, Michael Kors is always a great brand to look out for, especially crossbody bags, because that enables people to strap that over their shoulders while at the same time doing whatever it is that they're doing at the store. So it's very, very convenient. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. We have 2 more left. Now, this one here in particular will surprise you. Back sometime last summer, we visited a thrift store in Spartanburg and we found an Hermes scarf. If you know anything about Hermes, the brand, they sell a lot of extremely high-end items. I mean, from what I hear, some of their purses are like $100,000. I hope that comes with gold. But we found a scarf from 1996, I believe. And their scarves, especially the vintage ones, have a lot of history and so on and so forth. And we picked this up under a bunch of items for $2. We had listed it like around $500 just to see how it does. And received several different offers. But finally, it sold. And it sold for, ladies and gentlemen, $300. I mean, can you believe that? Sold for $300. An item we picked up for $2. We ended up making, after fees, about $265. It was an unbelievable sale. It was one of those particular sales that when it happened, you're like, so if you ever come across Hermes, check it out. Of course, make sure that you go through a process of authentication, because you want to make sure that you're selling something that is absolutely legit. But that's a great product that it's rare to find, but when you do find it, you just feel it, you just feel it. All right, on to the last one. My precious. Back in, I think it was September or something, we found a Nike Dunk Boston Green from 2003 in really good condition. And guess how much we paid? $2.99. They actually had them in a bin, and they were offering a 50% sale for anything in the bin. They did take time to sell, but when they finally did, it sold for, yes, $375. And considering that with eBay, any sales, sneaker sales over $100 do not incur fees, we basically made an estimated profit of $350. This was one of those sales that when it happened, you're looking at it and you're just doing the Mark Wiens lean like. Now, if you don't know who Mark Wiens is, you need to go YouTube Mark Wiens, because that's his signature lean. In fact, we call it the Weenin. Get it? Weenin. Nike shoes of all kinds are always worth checking out. Now, they don't all sell the same way and they're not all valuable, but if you do come across them in the store and they're in really good condition, it's always worth checking them out, because you just might be surprised that it's actually a very valuable shoe like this one. Oh, my precious. Okay, bye. Alright, so that's it. We sold a variety of really interesting and cool stuff this past month. In fact, we couldn't show every single one of them. Actually, maybe we can show some of them, just here. Yeah, there they are. So you guys can take a look at them. But it was a really interesting month. It had its ups and downs and whatnot, but we still had some really good sales. And a lot of these items, as I pointed out at the beginning, are things that we found from thrift stores, whether it was Goodwill, Salvation Army, community thrift stores, Goodwill auctions online. So they're all there, and as long as you're able to find them and take the time to research them, you'd be very surprised at just how valuable of items you actually have. If you do like this kind of video and you're excited about seeing more from us, Sarin Kefa, the Sappho way, please subscribe to our channel. Of course, like this video, share it, and comment. Let us know what you thought was your best, the best item from the list. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much for taking the time to check us out and check out our videos. Later.